What up everyone, True Blue here, and I'm pretty sure I got this nice camera, did my live stream, and have yet to do facial content since. So here we are! So for all of those who've been collecting Pokemon cards, you would know how insane the hobby is at the current moment. Card prices are going through the roof. If you want anything, it is now, everyone's fighting for it to complete sets. Old cards are being more expensive, people want specific versions of cards, they're looking for holos, there's all this terminology, it's a lot to take in. And as someone who was very into the hobby at a much younger age and is now very out of it, I'm slowly creeping my way back in. Thank you, Pokemon TCG Pocket, for ruining my life. I've had to kind of learn all of the changes that's happened in the world of Pokemon and TCG. And while that's a whole other conversation, today I want to go over something that I feel a lot of people deep into the community do and talk about, but it's not really widespread. I know there's a lot of videos going over like terminology, just the gameplay if you actually get into it, collecting, what it's like to actually get it graded, etc, etc. I'm talking about something a lot simpler, and, you know, in terms of brain power, you need a lot less. Because I'm going to be honest, I don't think I could do a full video going over all the new Pokemon TCG stuff. I don't even know half of it still. What the heck is a V? I don't know what a V is. I don't know what an EX is. What's a V? I don't know. You know they got rid of fairy types? I remember fairy types. Does that make me old? I remember fairy types. That was in TCG, but they're gone now. And for reference, I did dig out my hits binder. I had them in like sleeves, just kind of sitting there, and then I reorganized some stuff. So now I have all of my nice cards all here, sort of organized. They're not really organized, but they look nice. Now, you probably saw the title of this and saw a Pokemon Master Set. Well, a Master Set is just a complete set of collection. This is not a complete set. This is the only set I've ever tried completing, and I didn't. But this is the... What year did it come out? 2019 Detective Pikachu set. They released a couple cards and some promos. I have most of them, but I'm missing like 4 cards, I think, from the set. I do want to get this, complete this set. But besides the point, when referring to Pokemon cards, people usually refer to master sets as a complete version of a set. There's, what's the one that just came out? Prismatic, or I don't know, there's like Crown Zenith. There's base set, whatever. All the cards in one binder is called a master set. Then there are the mentally ill people that go for grandmaster sets, which includes like the holo variants, reverse holos, normal cards, promos, distribution event, whatever the case. Just a lot of money and work that, I'm going to be honest, I don't think anyone in the right mind actually does go for. But that's apparently a term and a thing people do. What I'm discussing today is not a Pokemon TCG master set, a Pokemon master set. Terminology. Very close, very similar. There is a difference. There is a difference. So you have, again, I'm just going to say the 2019 Detective Pikachu. This, if it was a complete set, would be the Detective Pikachu master set. I am not talking about that. A Pokemon master set involves a species of Pokemon, and regardless of set, trying to collect every single card of that Pokemon in its species, and I guess the Grandmaster variants are if they're featured on a trainer card, or items, or whatever the case. As you all know, my favorite Pokemon is, of course, Tepig, Pignite, Emboar. My goal one day is to get all of their cards in this nice little binder that came with the Paldea chest. I love to have all the Pignites, Tepigs, Emboars. There's not that many. It's actually a very simple challenge. Some Pokemon are very easy. Some Pokemon, for example, if you want to go for a Pikachu version of this set, good luck. You're not going to complete it. That's just the truth of the matter. You're not completing it, but good luck to you. But while it's something I've seen a lot of people discuss via the internet, and if you look deep enough, people showing off their collections of all of their versions of a certain Pokemon, I wanted to go over it, talk about it, kind of share and spread the word with you guys, because there's a lot of people who like Pokemon and like Pokemon cards, but they find it very intimidating to either get into or just the state of how everything is. But there's a lot of easier ways to go about collecting and still having fun with the hobby without being one of those people, you know? Now, a quick little rundown history lesson for all those not in the know. The TCG started back in 1996 in Japan, and shortly after was released here in the States. It coincided with the releases of Red and Blue, and for every Pokemon game since, there have been Pokemon cards accompanying it with various features, specialties, differences between East and West cards, some exclusive sets, some specials, whatever the case. When it comes in terms of collecting, there's a few different things to look out for. There's your common cards, just the standard ones that you usually find in sets, holos and reverse holos, which, while I've seen so many people debate, I have found definitive proof that is at least 2 people who have said the same thing. And that is a holo artwork is the actual artwork on the card. You see that Pokemon, right? If that is like shimmery, sparkly, that is a holo. If everything else on the card but that is shimmery, that's a reverse holo. Promo cards, there's the Black Star promos, which usually they come in a set, they're featured on top of the set, and they're exclusive to that set, being an alternate artwork of an existing card in said set. For the most part. And sometimes they release promos with special patterns or something that don't say promo, so it's really up to you. And obviously, if you are looking to collect any card, it's truly up to you what you want if you want it. I know a big challenge nowadays has been trying to get one card of each Pokemon species, not per set, and have that be kind of your collection. That is currently what I would like to do, but that is a whole other conversation as well. And if throughout this video, when I bring up stuff like, oh, that's a whole other topic or conversation, let me know if you want to see me talk more about Pokemon cards in the comments down below, because there's a lot I can say, and a lot of things I've learned due to, again, just my many years of being in the fandom. So I'd be happy to share that with you guys. Thanks to the skyrocketing of prices and people finding more and more worth in these pieces of cardboard, due to a combination of rarity, high-value Pokemon, and just this being the biggest media franchise of all time, yeah, prices have gone crazy. And that's where we get back to kind of my starting point of this, just collecting Pokemon cards has gotten crazy. It has become something a lot of people can't really enjoy anymore because of the general stress brought on by it, the now cost that is coming with being into it, and the competition now. And I don't mean in terms of other trading card games, I mean with people. But for a lot of people, when it comes to collecting Pokemon cards, if you are a fan of Pokemon in one of the many ways, there's probably a Pokemon you have a preference for. Your favorite Pokemon, if you will. So, what truly is a Pokemon Master Set? And I mean Pokemon, that is it. Obviously, you would call this like whatever species you're looking at, typic. In this case, a typic Master Set. What does that look like? Well, thanks to various sources like Cerebi, you can look up all of the Pokemon cards that have been released with that Pokemon. Obviously, you probably have to do a bit more research for if they appear in items, and depending on the Pokemon, how old they are, and general popularity, it may be more easy or way harder just because of that Pokemon. For example, after doing this set, because it's not that crazy of a set to accomplish, so I have a feeling I will be able to actually do this one day, and I'll probably talk about that experience. So subscribe, a couple years down the line, maybe you'll get that video. But I wanted to do Psyduck, as you all know. Psyduck, one of my all-time favorite Pokemon right now. And Psyduck being from the original 151 back in that 96 set, and being popular thanks to the anime and just being a little guy. He has a lot of cards, and a lot of expensive cards. I don't even want to do the Psyduck Golduck. I just mean Psyduck. Tepig doesn't have that many cards. Pignite does not have that many. Emboar does not have that many. Doing all three together, I could fit in this small binder, no problem. Psyduck alone has a lot. And if, say, you have a friend of yours that is, just such an awesome guy, he would go through the effort and to find every single Pokemon card of your favorite Pokemon and put it in a nice Google Sheets for you to not only check off, but find every version of what set they are and what number they are, what they look like, and any other thing if, like, for example, they're only in Japan. That's right. I did this for my boy Ink Nova. His favorite Pokemon is Cyndaquil, and he wants to one day complete a Cyndaquil Clova Typhlosion Master Set. So I went through and did this the other day. That's kind of what led me down this path of making this video. But I went through, found every single Cynical card that I could find, every Quilava card that I could find, every Typhlosion card I can find, and putting it down in this nice, neat, organized list, starting from the oldest to the newest, marking down what sets they are in, what their names appear on those cards, different versions of those cards. All that to say, it's not really that bad to complete an individual Pokemon's master set. Again, if you're going for a whole species, like I am, it might be a bit more difficult, but depending again on the Pokemon, it may be easier difficult. And if your favorite Pokemon, again, is more recent, it will be a lot easier, especially if you are trying to get into it now. Again, there's some Pokemon that still only have 1 or 2 cards that are much older, and there's some recent ones that still only have 1 or 2 cards because they just haven't had the time to produce more. Anyway, it's a simple video that I want to make for you guys today. I just kind of wanted to broaden people's views of, just TCG and kind of introduce the idea of a individual Pokemon master set. It's a really cool concept I don't see talked about enough, in my opinion, and something I really respect when people do. It's really only commonly found with people trying to do this with Pikachu, as it's the mascot, it's this big one. I've seen some Eevees and Gengars as well, because Gengar has some of the most amount of cards just in the sets. And again, Eevee's pseudo mascot. But besides that, I haven't really seen many people have a master set of their favorite Pokemon, and even if some are more impressive than others, it's about the love of the hobby and the love of Pokemon. If you love Pokemon, you collect what you want, and you don't really care if people will say, that's a bad collection, that's dumb, because that's not what it's about. It's about what you like. And that's the great part about collecting anything. I know this was a bit different than usual, but I still hope you all enjoy this. It's a lot of fun for me to just kind of, again, share my interests like I always do with you guys, but then trying to help expand it in the wider community, I guess. That's one way of phrasing it. Anyway, I wish you all a lovely day.